The weather has finally broken, and after the first proper rain in what feels like forever, it's time to see how the garden is coping. There are a few surprises waiting for us. Hello everybody and welcome back to My Bountiful Acre. If you're new around here, my name is Sue. And I really have missed you guys. But I have been gardening in your absence, so I'll catch you up with what we've done up until now, and then we'll get on with some jobs today as well. As you can see, Doug is cutting the roof bars so that we can get the cover on. And there we have all 4 slopes in position. The first of the screw fixings are in, and they're very cute actually. They've got little rubbery stoppers to bend around the form of the plastic. In other news, the blackberry bed is filled. Now the soil was so dry, the reason it's all lumpy is because I had to spend at least 45 minutes yesterday watering it to get it wet. The blackberry is finally in the ground. I've cut off some of the dead leaves and it has got a bit of fruit on it. The next thing I need to do is put some tension wires in. I sowed these seeds in your absence. I have got golden globe beetroot, some caballonero and radicchio. I kept them in here because it was slightly cooler than the greenhouse. And under here we've got wongbok cabbages and chicory. I'm keeping them covered in here, partly because the ones I planted directly into the bed have been eaten by flea beetles. I don't really know how to do anything about that because they are covered with enviromesh. As you can see, the wongboks I've planted have grown, but they're full of holes. The broccolis are fine. If you have any sort of way of dealing with flea beetle, let me know, because it's not something I've had in such huge quantity before, and I think it's to do with the weather. We've had such hot summer. We are now at the stage of harvesting the sugar snap. These are delicate sugar snap. They're as high as they're going to get, and they didn't start flowering until they got almost to the top of the posts. They were in about 2 weeks before this second set that went on the new frame that I got, but they're catching up. They're doing okay, to be fair, as are the second set of sweet corn. The first, however, are now absolutely going crazy, as is this squash, as you can see. This bed was supposed to be getting my kale plants. Yeah, 2 squashes in it, and it's completely full. Yes, the first sweet corn, as you can see, now has pollen and tassels just come out. I was worried because that one started flowering before the tassels were even showing. Hello, little bee, how are you today? Enjoying the marigolds? I love sweet corn. It's one of my favourite crops, and actually next year I'll try a different variety and I shall plant more of it sooner. In the meantime, the runner beans have gone bonkers. I mean, Martin from the Homegrown Haven asked me what I would change about my garden if I had the chance to replan it from the beginning. One thing sprung to mind as I was writing, and it was the width of this path. Now, without the crops, it's perfectly fine. It's 85 centimetres. But obviously with this, it's really hard to get through. And as you can see, these early ones are actually getting bean pods in them now, so that's fabulous. You live and learn, so if you're building a pergola style or putting arches up between your veg beds, try and make your paths about 1 metre wide so you can get your wheelbarrow through comfortably once the crops have grown. The first job we did today was to cut back the tomato plants. I am defoliating some of the tomatoes. I'm trying to leave enough to feed the plant, but give enough air and circulation to stop blight, because we're coming into that season now. So as you can see, I've cut off quite a lot of leaves. We've got lots of lovely tomatoes, especially these black ones, but they're just not softening. Look at the colour of my hands. Nice pile for the compost heap. Tomatoes done, we headed off over to the original raised bed, where I was just intending to do a little bit of watering, but it soon turned into a mammoth harvest festival. It's now weeks since I harvested my onions, and I left these behind because they were still growing. But now I really need to prep this area for the next crop. The ground is really dry and I need to harvest them. I've also got a lot of carrots to harvest, but the ground is like concrete, so getting them out is proving a little difficult. And that's after I've watered it. It's still like concrete. I need to water more, I think. Oh, there we go. Fabulous. They're looking pretty clean considering there's been no cover on them. The girls get to snack on the tiny ones, but look at this pile of carrots. Interesting. It's yellow pollen all over my bologna beans. Now, where is that coming from? I wonder if that's off the sweet corn. Actually, one thing that's looking truly awful is my nasturtiums, and that is mainly because the cabbage whites decided that they'll just eat my nasturtiums. Now, you know, they're doing their job. They are planted as a catch crop to stop them from eating your good stuff. And that's exactly what they're doing. We have had handfuls of caterpillars off these. I've taken leaves off that have had like 20 or 30 caterpillars on them. And here's the culprit. The red cabbages are hearting up beautifully. I did take the cover off and double check them. There's no cabbage whites, and I pulled off some of the lower leaves just to give them a bit of air around the bottom. It looks like I need to get some wires installed, doesn't it? This is the birdhouse gourd, which is heading for next door by the looks of things. The other sad thing is, of course, that my mashua is also going the way of the nasturtium, because they're obviously related. Now then, peas. Anybody else having any success with their peas this year? They took forever to get going. They have got pods at the top, but the plants are starting to die despite me watering them on a daily basis. We did get to eat a couple of them yesterday, and there's nothing better than tasting a pea straight out of the pod. They're so sweet. Right, birds, come and eat these nasty caterpillars. Gosh, the wind's getting up as well. So I've got this lovely round-bottomed terracotta pot which has got a dead penstemon in it. And the other one is another terracotta pot here which had some feverfew in it. They're going to be replaced with this beautiful dahlia which the bees are loving. Sorry, Bumble. Isn't she lovely? I've got another white daisy because I love daisy flowers. That's going to go in the orchard bed. But I also got this. Isn't she fabulous? Actually, let me just show you my original agapanthus. Look at the colour of these. Aren't they absolutely fabulous? Don't ask me what they're called because I don't have a clue, but they're such a rich royal purple colour. And they're just beautiful. Love them. The roof is going on. I think there's just one more bit to go. So we have decided, because we've got these lovely overhangs at the ends, one end we're going to put a dipping tank to collect water from the roof, and this side we're going to put up a rail to hold some tools. So we've bought a kit, and Doug's mounted it on a piece of wood that was left over from building the actual beds. So now we just need to get it level and screw it on. Okay, that is level. But there you go, get the general idea. You can hang whatever you like on them. They're under cover, so they're not going to get wet. Unlike in the falling down shed, which actually leaks. So, Doug, I have bought you a present to say thank you for all your hard work. Show everyone what it says. The Black Gold Mine, established 2026. Now to put it up. I'm sorry, I've made some more work for you. that's the gutter on, and we've got space here for a rain chain. Morning all. I had to abandon yesterday's jobs because we had that long awaited rain we've all been begging for weeks. We've actually had no rain for probably months now. But it was, let's just say, accompanied by some very enthusiastic winds. So Doug and I were frantically running around, grabbing stakes and tying things in, putting new wires in, and generally trying to stop everything getting completely flattened because we'd been lulled into a false sense of security with the beautiful weather we've been having. One of the things that's taken the brunt, unfortunately, is this uchikikuri. As you can see, it's ripped some of the leaves to shreds. In fairness, I think it will be fine. It hasn't blown off the top. In fact, I think it actually hooked itself over the top. And the squashes are doing brilliantly well. So we've got quite a few big ones now. Look at this, isn't she a beauty? It's a lovely little bee here, enjoying a little bean feast there. But anyway, things are looking much perkier. It's amazing, isn't it, what a bit of rain can do? It was my intention this morning to plant some kale and wongbok cabbages over in the L-shaped bed by the little greenhouse. But we've got a real flea beetle problem at the moment. Although you never know, this horrible weather might have actually stopped them in their tracks. But what I have done is I've ordered some nematodes, and they won't be here till Wednesday or Thursday. So I think I'm going to hang fire on that job for now. So this, believe it or not, is supposed to be turnips, but they got munched by the flea beetle. As you can see, there are holes galore. And basically what I've got here is a net full of leaves. It doesn't seem to be producing any roots at all. It's also got mildew now as well. And would you believe, underneath the net, we have got cabbage white caterpillars. How, and a flea beetle in my hand. How on earth do they get under the net? Morning, Bunny. How are you today? Are you good? Yes? Have you eaten your chew, have you? Eaten your chew already? That didn't last long, did it? And how are you doing over there, Bells? Have you finished your chew too? Right, we're just gonna do the thing that no gardener really wants to do and pull out the crop, I think. As you can see, 12 weeks in, that one's actually snapped off, I think. That's how big. There is no sign of a decent sized turnip. That is the best I can offer you turnip wise. And that is rubbish, isn't it? Right, had a little Google, and apparently as long as it doesn't have a major infestation of mildew, which that doesn't, I can chop it up and put it in my compost heap. However, this overcrowding and hot weather and sudden humidity has meant that my courgettes have succumbed to powdery mildew too. So I'm going to remove the lower leaves to let air circulate, and those I'm not putting in the compost heap. I'll just bin them. Wow, that's chopped up into quite a pile, hasn't it? What I need to do now, of course, is add some brown materials. I've also got a whole box full of packing paper from when we moved house a year ago. As you can see, it's filling up with a lot of green stuff. In fact, I'm considering turning it already. I have got what I call my pitchfork. I think it's a little bit dry. And as luck would have it, last night we threw this old dustbin underneath our downpipe, and we've collected over a third. So I can tip some of that in the compost heap, hey. One thing that's slightly worrying me is I did the multi-sow version of planting my leeks this year, and I've never done it before. Basically, I was copying Charles Dowding. Now, damp weather and close proximity is going to lead to rust, I suspect. So what I might do is harvest a few of the baby leeks. As you can see, some of them are doing really well. That's just one on its own, but there are 3 here. And they're not a bad size already. Oh, the smell. Wish you could smell it. I just got a real whiff. So there we go. 2 nice clean baby leeks that we can eat. Right, I think, because I don't want to just keep doing doom and gloom failed crop videos, I thought I would harvest some beetroot. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because last week Doug made us a fabulous beetroot hummus. We have got courgettes coming out of our ears, so we've pretty much eaten them every day. And Doug's trying to come up with more and more inventive ways, because he's the chef in the house, of using them up. And yes, so he made a courgette omelette. Alongside it, he made this beetroot hummus, which was absolutely fabulous. So I'm going to harvest some more. But this time, I'm just going to pull the Burpees Golden. There's a lovely one there. Let's pull that one out. Oh yeah, it's looking good. You having a nice time lying in the shade there? Yeah, what do you think? Do we like beetroot? But I have sown some more beetroot in the cage with the Brussels sprouts. Now, I'm not normally very good at growing Brussels sprouts, and I was thoroughly expecting this to be more than tall enough to deal with my Brussels. But as you can see, I've had to put the plastic cover over the top because it's actually ripped the mesh. This is my Brussels sprout. It's got a huge stem. I mean, it really does go down for miles. I'm not the biggest lover of Brussels either, but anyhow, they'll be there for Christmas. I can see babies forming in the joints already. But alongside them, I sowed some more beetroot. I've no idea how they're getting on though. Oh, they're little. They're about, I don't know, 50 pence piece size maybe. Oh dear. As the day goes on, my squash is getting limper and limper. I'd better give it a jolly good drink and a feed, I think. As you can see, that is now getting light. I probably need to put something under it to stop it rotting. Does it smell nice, does it? That's rosemary, that is. Is that what you're sniffing? You're after the rosemary, are you? Is it smelly? I'm loving having these hooks up because it means I know where to look for my tools. Thanks for watching, everyone. Happy gardening. See you next week. And I think someone's earned that rest.